Greetings and welcome to the Introduction to Astronomy. In this week's Astronomy of Other Cultures, we conclude our look at Muslim astronomy, looking at the astronomer Taqi ad-Din Muhammad ibn Ma'ruf, and looking at his contributions to astronomy of this era. So let's go ahead and get started. So what do we know about Taqi ad-Din Muhammad ibn Ma'ruf? Well, he lived from 1526 to 1585. So we are getting into the Renaissance era in Europe and starting to overlap with some of the astronomers there. His work was on astronomy as well as many other subjects in the Ottoman Empire. And for astronomy, one of the big things is that he was commissioned in 1574 and built an observatory at Istanbul. Now, the idea of this was to make observations, to update and make corrections to Ulugh Beg's great star catalog, the Zigi Sultani, that was published years ago, and to make updates because there were problems, as with any observations, there were problems with that was the greatest star catalog to the era, but still more corrections could be made. And his observations were actually considered more accurate than Tycho Brahe's of this same era. So very comparable. Tycho, often considered the greatest of the last non-telescopic observers. But here we have observations made that rival or maybe even exceed that in many ways. Observations were made of the comet of 1577, and we can see a drawing of that here. And that was, again, comets were very important as changes to the sky. So anytime one was observed, it really attracted attention of astronomers. Now, other things that were done included updates to the trigonometric tables, using in this point a decimal fraction rather than sexagesimal. So instead of writing it as degrees and minutes and seconds for numbers, you could write the numbers as a decimal, making calculations far easier. In fact, also did improved measurements of the Earth tilt, getting 23 degrees, 28 minutes, and 40 seconds, which is very close to our modern value. And finally, he worked on the development and the improvement of clockwork. Now, you may wonder what that has to do with astronomy, but really more accurate clocks were needed for timing astronomical measurements. So having very accurate clocks was also extremely important and really does tie into astronomy along with all of the rest of the work that he did. So let's go ahead and finish up here with our summary. And what we've looked at is Taqi ad-Din Muhammad ibn Ma'ruf lived from 1526 to 1585, known for work in astronomy as well as other areas working in the Ottoman Empire. And he built a great observatory at Istanbul and updated the star catalogs of Ulugh Beg, who we looked at previously. So that concludes this discussion on Taqi ad-Din Muhammad ibn Ma'ruf. We'll be back again next week for another topic in astronomy. So until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.